I think Lennox Lewis would edge it. Yeah.
Lennox, all day long. 2 rounds.
Prem Lennox Lewis beats a Prem Wladimir Klitschko. I don't have too much of a doubt about that even. I think that Lewis at his prime, I think he knocks Prem Wladimir Klitschko out.
It was hard to beat Klitschko. He had a real good jab and he knew how to keep people at a distance. Klitschko.
They both bang hard, but I think Lennox, I think Lennox would stop him. I think Lennox would hit him, slow him down and stop him.
I gotta go with Lennox. The only reason I say that is because at the time, when Wladimir was younger, he still had his he had his ups and downs. Like he had his hot and cold days. So once Wladimir got older, a bit past his prime, where he was actually a smarter, more technical boxer with guys like Emmanuel Stewart. But I definitely have to go with a prime Lennox Lewis. He was a dog.
Lennox just had that range, and he was all around good fighter, man. And I think he was more exciting when he was younger because he was throwing a lot more punches in bunches, and he was very exciting to watch for a heavyweight. Yeah.
I personally believe Lennox Lewis was one of the best heavyweights ever. He wasn't like Wilder, but he got similar criticisms. I think he was a lot more polished, but he could be classed to be boring sometimes, but he was clinical. He won the big fights. I'm sure the people that beat him, he went back and beat them back. So yeah, Lennox Lewis was one of the best heavyweights, man. And he was in an era where it wasn't easy. He was in an era where no era is easy, but he was in an era where it was very competitive.
Lennox Lewis, and I like Klitschko, but yeah, I don't even know why. I just think at prime, I think Lennox was a bit different gravy. There was a couple of years in his career when he was different gravy, and I think that prime. But I think obviously Wladimir Klitschko's longevity stands for itself, doesn't it? Like, I'm not too touched up on Lennox's career, like by dates and that, but I know he didn't have the longevity of Klitschko, or to the best of my knowledge, he didn't anyway.
I say Lennox Lewis because he fought in the era that I believe in my own heart of hearts that the era that Lennox Lewis was in, the men were better back then. They were tougher, they were gamer than most of the heavyweights today. So I feel Lennox will come through that.
I think Lennox Lewis, to be honest with you, I think he's got to be up there. To be honest, the Klitschkos didn't do bad in the heavyweight division. When you look at great heavyweights of all time, they'd have to be up there knocking about. But you'd have to say maybe Lennox is round about top 5, wouldn't you? So I think I'd just give Lennox a slight edge.
All day long, Lennox, because in his prime he got a little bit complacent towards the end of his career, and that's where the couple of losses came in. But when he was in his prime, I think against Vladimir, Vladimir and Vladimir probably doesn't get the credit he deserved because he was an incredible fighter, 25 defences or something like that. He's just an unbelievable guy, Klitschko. He could handle any style, but if I had to go either way, I'd probably go Lennox, because in his prime he was something else. So I'd go Lennox.
I'm probably gonna have to go with Lennox.
Can you tell us why?
I think that Lennox had that something about him that he'd find a way. He had fantastic resilience, toughness, as he showed against Vitali, and was a devastating puncher himself. But that's a real interesting one, to be honest. A real interesting one. 50-50.